Hey guys. My nostril was a little bit stuffy this morning. Um, I think we could finally get the series premiere of Liza P going. Um, yeah guys, well, Liza P this morning. Every Saturday and Sunday morning since we could finally get on track and instead of having a live chat be, going either way, having some sort of different system, having some sort of other thing going on. Um,
We need your help.
but yeah, guys, welcome to the series premiere. That we're gonna be, try to do what we can, to get through today. Today's date, guys. Today is September 7th, 2025. As I bring you guys the series premiere of Liza P for, the, finally, guys, the weekend mornings. This is the King and your luckiest man, guys, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm in a little bit. Other than that, guys, let's see what we got going on today. It has been another week since we haven't live streamed totally. Let's not exactly go insane or go, going in. Excellent. Cause there we go. As far as anything else goes, guys, people at sea doing the other day, and so far, guys, it hasn't been that bad. So, before we get to anything else, guys,
There you are.
this was exactly going to be the
I've been
plan,
looking all over for you.
since the internet was not exactly cooperating on, during the last few Sundays, and, it wasn't exactly feeling, guys, no listening to our prayers, not exactly having much of acceptance, and you guys get the idea. It's just, not as much as you guys can intervene. Or what do you call it, guys? An important lesson to keep in mind. Whatever could be, whatever has to really be dealt with, also capture and whatnot. Everybody's entitled to their own thing, as long as you can rock and roll, enjoy, and also benefit. But yeah, guys, ever since yesterday, I was just relaxed. There's really not much going on, precisely. Guys, as your first place winner, and just keep everything else under control, and also keeping something, much more intense. As long as people are not passing a torch to a Olga from Shrek. Which you guys all know, what's going on with Shrek, but I do want to have something a little more to discuss what I found out at the end of the night. Or coming out of yesterday. So the thing about this game, guys, called Liza P, well,
My name is Sophie.
I believe it's about
Please
this
come to
dude,
Hotel
or pretty much about this
I'll
guy.
explain what's happening.
He's actually talking to Sophia for a second, involving, he's actually inside of a hotel, or having some sort of, different location here today. Just to see what it actually is. Now, since we get to... Finally, guys. Guys, just the first tutorials. Important thing to look at. So we have our first... Next, we does state the following. It's called use belt. Hold on a minute. There we go. So here's the thing about use belt, fellas. We have an up directional button and a down directional button. So the thing about the upper one, as it usually is shown in your upper left of your screen, we can press and hold on along with the down one. But the thing about the square, fellas, is we can use the selected belt item. By equipping items, guys, in hand, this is on the belt to use them. Press and hold to select the first slot of the belt in hand. And number two, guys, if we're looking to really hold something down, we can also activate the extra bag. but it's pretty much the same thing as the first page is. But as far as anything else goes, guys, I'm a little bit tired today, but can't really complain as much since I've been fully relaxing, resting, took a few naps. I only took maybe talking about just having 1 or 2 naps in hand, but not a whole lot for me. What is tomorrow, guys? Monday. I will be back with great people at Chief tomorrow. Have another episode of Final Fantasy. So I know it really bites the dust, but guys, what comes first entirely? If I cannot have something to benefit, or why? I mean, that's also the main thing. I also need that money, guys, just to really whatever works out. So, guys, we have the obtaining items. After watching that tutorial for a minute, chemist's hat. Also, Professor Hunter's mask. And also, guys, the hunting apparel. And we also have the other 3. The other 3 guys that are sewn in the middle. And that's just state Winter Festival peaked hat, Ernest Reindeer's antlers, and the red nose. It's like if you're dressing like a reindeer, for example, it's like dressing up for the holidays with Santa Claus. Deals. And then you've got the Dragon Crescent Galv, which that's a little something to look at. The bandana of the Honorable, and also, guys, the armor that goes with them. So we do have a little something usable today. Before we get to any of our biggest, strongest, beautiful, magnificent, phenomenal song joining me this morning, with our biggest, strongest, suitable, exciting, marvelous, having a cup of tea off the bat, of our group. We always film, guys, for popularity, entertainment, and energy, and do what we can for one another. As long as we know what we're doing, guys, we don't want to act or have anything in a decent time. I know we're off to a little bit of a slow start for the time being, but I do want to this morning with our biggest, strongest, phenomenal, exciting, thrilling community. Do what we can for one another, take our time, and not get ourselves dragged. I mean, guys, we make sure we can say we have enough luxury, we can say we've got enough to provide and whatnot. As long as you're smelling a good whatever it could be, just to really wake you guys up. I mean, I know how to wake up if you're, drinking something healthy, having something good for breakfast, otherwise. Not to have something included. But I've been in first place bowling ever since earlier this year. And you guys understand too, we won't be back starting, from what I've been hearing, on November. That should be good to go. As far as same intercourse with basketball, and also, guys, at the end of this year, towards winter tier, at least. I do want to say I'm thankful for you guys to come in this morning. Again. But I don't think everybody should be, have less to really hang tough and also embrace. Good morning, Princess. Make a love shout out. How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for coming in today. And welcome. See? And strength.
Hello, everyone.
Hold on.
Fine, Jack.
Can you guys hear me? I'm hoping it's not the screen.
Hand pink waving.
That's what, as I was saying, making sure we have our social media, our YouTube accounts, and our podcast services all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and so much more.
Loud and clear.
Hold on, let me double check something. I want to double check the mic for a minute. Okay, there we go. Never mind. So guys, we actually got these 3 combat styles. Let's try. I think I'm probably gonna be doing. I'm gonna do the Path of the Sweeper. The thing about the Sweeper, guys, what this main character has, he's got a pretty good sort of action attacking sword,
Waving.
and then he's also got the other thing too, which I cannot name it. I do want to jump into this though, of what I've been hearing. I don't think everything else has been bothering me so far. What you guys all know, yesterday was Saturday. I actually been hearing something, not exactly unfortunate, about Kingdom Hearts 4 and what Square Enix is trying to praise as far as Final Fantasy VII Remake of the third part is concerned. I thought I would jump in a little more of that here today, because I know you guys want to figure out what kind of set is going on. Well, the only one that I spoke to my true love about that firsthand, and honestly, guys, I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn and have somebody say people is right, or this one gentleman is wrong. I mean, then I cannot, have something to vanquish on it. But I will say, guys, the good thing is we are actually. I mean, it's gonna be a matter of time, as far as I can tell you guys, fortunate, and not to have a yes or no answer, just to really provide and also question and whatnot. But I do have this right here. So basically, guys, according to director Tetsuya Nomura behind Square Enix, he recently provided an update on a few games in general. Love sis me sell. make a love shout out me sell. I wasn't sure if since Annalisa was going to be part of your bingo stream yesterday. But you guys understand, I've been relaxing, thankfully. Let's keep my musketeer going. For the last 8 years, while I featured you guys in the chat, keeping WoW, and also my family, and also guys with baseball in hand, just like anything else. As always, my 4 priorities. So as I was saying, guys, about Square Enix. So according to Tetsuya Nomura, I do want to jump into this right now. Now I actually asked my true love's opinion as a first place winner, guys, since a lot of you guys, 9 times out of 10, I've been a huge fan of RPGs since I was a kid. Just track, have a lot of fun with the damn thing, as far as I know. So, just to be open and honest, guys, according to director Tetsuya Nomura, now, I did tell my musketeer during our call conversation at the end of the night, and I told her that, hold on. I did tell her that, guys, that director Tetsuya Nomura is an RP, as a Christian. I mean, not only he's a Christian, but I told her that, Tetsuya Nomura is nothing but an RPG god, since, I mean, as a Christian, a lot of us can see what we can actually believe. And the fact is, if you look at, something that's more to develop between a few big hits, a few interesting games that Square Enix is working on, all I'm gonna say is, guys, it's very simple. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's a bad theory. We'll have something crazy. But according to Tetsuya Nomura, guys, he actually does state the following. I'm gonna tell you guys in a second. Do I kill this one dude? Um, so basically, guys, just to want to know more behind Square Enix, he actually did provide something interesting, something good, involving both Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 fellas and KH4. He actually does state he's happy to report that development is progressing really smoothly. It's a largely inquisential but still welcome update for two of the Square Enix games that are most anticipated with good enough progress.
Purple white eyes.
So, and then guys, Zemetsu did actually report, and also translated, and Tetsuya Nomura decided to address it. And what we're gonna be expecting and hoping to see the team to make an announcement. So, Teruya Mora did actually mention in an interview for all of us guys that Square Enix is trying to build on between the two. So basically, he actually did mention in a what do you call it, guys? In a professional interview, something that might be released around the second anniversary of Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. Now we'll be hitting its 2-year anniversary not too long, but I thought I would skip some of that. But as far as I'm gonna get to the very, very bottom of this, guys. I'm gonna get to Kingdom Hearts 4 because I was asking my musketeer about it yesterday, and he also did state, he's actually a bit more excited than I am. But I'll get to a bit more in a second. Just to really question it. So actually, guys, what we're actually assuming is the fact that, as I'm looking at this on my phone for a second, Nomura did have a little more of an update, but I thought I would read this next tutorial. It's called Pulse Cell. We can use a Pulse Cell to recover hit points. There are a maximum number of times of the pulse cells that can be used. When you reach the maximum, the cell will be discharged. If you attack enemies while the cell is discharged, pulse cell will be gradually charged. So we'll have to have them like a bit more than 3, or like 4, somewhere. But speaking of Kingdom Hearts 4, guys, the more did actually say something about he actually did mention a little more about how Kingdom Hearts 4 is going. And I do want to not toot my own horn. Or not to have anything spicy go normal. Maybe something, something clearful. So here's the thing, guys. So, Nomura did not really speculate a whole lot. He actually just speculated a few things. Since we are going to be expecting Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 in the next 2 years, which that's pretty much besides the fact. But here's the thing about Kingdom Hearts 4. Nomura did actually state it's even less about when any further updates may arrive on this front. And they actually did state the following after what's going on with Final Fantasy. And this also has come up in comments here and there. And Nomura did actually say the following, guys. I repeat. But Kingdom Hearts 4 is likewise steadily moving forward according to schedule. So please look forward to it. We've seen how excited you are. And we're truly grateful from the bottom of our hearts. We are equally excited and can't wait to share more about Kingdom Hearts 4 when the time is right. Until then, we appreciate your presence. So, I would assume, guys, Kingdom Hearts 4, as I mentioned in the past, in a decent time, I feel like if they're actually just waiting to see. Actually, I'm not going to use that one item on the right. But speaking of Kingdom Hearts 4, guys, I mean, fortunately, this is actually a good thing. Like, Kingdom Hearts 4 is actually, doing. I mean, Tetsuya Nomura and the other Square Enix team are doing as good of a job as they're doing, as far as the way I see it. But that's another thing too. It's like the last thing we actually expected from Square Enix in the past was recently when we got the first ever peek or the first ever taste of its first preview of Kingdom Hearts 4 itself. And the way we look at it, it's like we can really expect something interesting. But I do know, guys, if Square Enix wants to bring something interesting, maybe it's trying to blow our minds, having some shocking. Good morning, Chris Mel, Mega Love shout out. Welcome back with us, my man, or my good friend. How you doing? But the fact is, guys, to think about what Tetsuya Nomura did actually state coming out of yesterday, it's like, I mean, there's a lot of promises. There's a lot of something people can say yes, people can say no. It's like, I mean, Tetsuya Nomura is doing an enormous great job when Square Enix is signed the poll. And not only for Kingdom Hearts 4, but also, guys, for Final Fantasy VII Remake as a third part in hand. Now, I don't usually play FF7 Remake anymore, since you guys know the story of what I mentioned in the past. I haven't bought any time, I haven't got back to the game in hand. But the other one I do want to not exactly question is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I've heard some pretty good things about the game during the last year. Actually, guys, just 1 year instead of 2. But the thing about Kingdom Hearts 4, I can see Square Enix leaning towards Tokyo Game Show. By the time my future fiancé and the others at Hark and I, as the first place winner, guys, start leaving for Lancaster in the next 2 weeks on top of that. And I'm going to try to watch some of Tokyo Game Show as good as I can get it, but it all depends. But it actually is good to hear. It just really depends on when we're getting another famous trailer from Square Enix towards Kingdom Hearts 4. I mean, I'm predicting. My question is Square Enix is actually doing, giving us promises and giving us good feedback. I mean, honestly, guys, if we're expecting when Kingdom Hearts 4 is getting a little more time, I'm taking out 2 comments. And I don't see Kingdom Hearts 4 releasing in 2050, since you guys recall the same way that I do, fortunately. We're not going to be around by then. I mean, without question. But 2030, I don't see Kingdom Hearts 4 releasing in the next 5 years, at least by then. But I'm thinking, I'm leaning towards having the 4th Kingdom Hearts release before the end of next year, as far as that's concerned. I mean, that's just a guess, that's just a prediction. But I don't see Square Enix being out of reach and telling other people, and us fans, guys, of RPGs to, keep on wishing, keep on providing. But that's good. Square Enix is trying to do, whatever is right. They're actually doing something interesting for its fans. Keep doing what they're doing, trying to get more feedback, keep everything in development as they should and should be. That's the main thing. But it's just, I don't think a lot of us would wait for another 30 years just to have PlayStation develop, come out another PlayStation console. I don't think it's going to be the right direction. But the way Square Enix is trying to have a game plan, along with Tetsuya Nomura doing his best directing, I mean, Tetsuya Nomura deserves a lot of that credit, you know, since day one. Um, I'm thinking, I personally think Kingdom Hearts 4 might still release next year. But this is actually a time for them to really get Tokyo Game Show and provide the info in the next few weeks by then. But, that's just my opinion. It's only my assumption. So, we'll see. Well, guys, speaking of other stuff today, since we're actually not getting ourselves overreached, we'll get ourselves written. Get to the, bread and guard, and it does state the following. You can block enemy attacks for guarding. If your guard is successful, your character will most likely take reduced damage, but it won't consume stamina. Now here's the thing, will be transferred to Guard Regain. Guard Regain, guys, accumulates, but gradually decreases over time. When you've got the Guard Regain, you can attack enemies to recover HP. So it's pretty much a RPG metaphor, or kind of like a Souls-like game in hand. Now every guard succeeds right before being hit powers. It triggers a perfect guard. When a perfect guard is successful, you will not receive damage. Only stamina is consumed. You can use perfect guards to destroy enemies' weapon guys, or put the enemy in a staggable status. So it's pretty much some sort of metaphor, and pretty much if you're trying to kill an enemy, or even if you're trying to have something to trigger, you want to get that enemy's weakness, whatever you're using, just like this brother is using. So yeah, you don't see anything else being drawn to lie. If you guys are catching guys, since my stuff has still been dropping a lot more than you guys think on my followers count on YouTube. But like I said, the thing about if everything else is according to plan through Square Enix, between both the third part of Final Fantasy VII and Kingdom Hearts 4, I don't think anything is unfortunate. I believe they're doing an enormous good, but honestly, guys, I believe they're doing an excellent to a good job, in my opinion. I've always thought if they're actually doing some that makes fans happy, makes people proud, and whatnot, then it's pretty much something to be proud of, and also be a good condition to be at. But I won't go any more further. All I'm saying is, guys, I do see Square Enix leaning towards Tokyo Game Show. If not anything else, TCS, guys, would be, as a positive answer, guys, it would probably be something upcoming for Square Enix to handle in 2 weeks on the 22nd, but I still want to toot my own horn on it, or risk anything in the back, or risk any money on it, if that happens. But we'll just have to see what they can, provide. People shouldn't be wrong. I'm always telling the right reasons. The way Square Enix can put something in front. But yeah, guys, if you guys want to catch any new games on the schedule that I haven't jumped into yet on the schedule, or have something really, play that you guys want me to reach out to, or to do, just really catch any game on the schedule. But the most important thing to handle is stand and deliver as a first place winner, as a king, your luckiest man, and do something that makes you feel interesting, makes you feel colorful. But this really depends if everything else is according to plan. That way we can not take our tickets every once in a while. But make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. If you guys have any questions or concerns, you guys can comment it in the chat, or in the live chat, for your first place winner, and I can try to answer them with a good amount of time, and, you know, basis time, if I get a chance, or have some to control. Well, first block, guys. There we go. Engineer after engineer, and also another zombie that could really hunt me down. But not too many to really risk. Cause there we go. But yeah, guys, make sure you guys hit that like button, connect to my channel, and get my followers back up. Remember, guys, my former record is 210k. I haven't seen that in a while. Let's see, Warren, make a love shout out, dearest. How you doing? Make a love shout out. Also, thankful for you guys, for her, and also Chris Mel for joining us today. The most important thing, guys, and the most important rule that's very aggressive, and also everything else that's more, you know, having a lot of smiles and a lot of laughs and seem truthful and positive, is love, support, and respect is the key. Stay awesome and creative. We are at a magic number today. We're at 631 mods here today, so this is actually fortunate. It's grateful. It's great, interesting, and not to get ourselves overreaching. It's like if you're taking on an exam at high school or going to college for a test. It's like you guys should always study hard. Or a lot of people are going to be questioning if you actually studied hard, you know, looking at your test scores and whatnot. I mean, another word for test scores is like, you know, going to your IQ. I mean, your IQ score, whatever your name is, as long as it does not have to spoil the party. As long as you have a good enough score, you can pass. But if you're down and down percentage, it's pretty much not a good positive result. You always want to study hard when you can. Alright, guys, let me see what's going on. As far as anything else goes, but yeah, guys, we are at 631 mods today. We're also looking at lock device, and it actually does state the following. There are doors and ladders all throughout Krat that are locked by devices. We can use these doors or go down by unlocking them through the ladders to create shortcuts. So we got a little bit of shortcuts here today, fellas. We can open up and maybe try to have a bit of a shortcut. And but yeah, guys, we are at 631 mods today, and you know, we're interesting. You know, we're fun to have, and you know, as long as people stay positive, like I'm always am, we want to keep ourselves in hand and you know, do what we can really handle and don't exactly have any self-doubts or making sure we're not seeing something that's disturbing at this point in time. There we go, guys. I'm gonna see if I can get a heal in my bag. There we go. I don't want to just have to get killed by going down to the nitty-gritty. Now here's the thing about Stagger Ball, guys, as I mentioned. It also does state we can hold R2 for a charge attack. While you are attacking, a white outline will appear around the enemy's hit point bar. Now, fellas, when this happens, you can make the enemy stagger with a charge attack or with Fable arts. I believe this main character's got, you know, survivor at the fittest. But it all depends how much it can really take. And I believe we got him. So guys, we got the Krat Central Station main entrance key. And we also got the defense parts. So I'm going to see if I can get a bit of sort of equip a bit of one or two, see when we can react. And yes, guys, knowledge is power. When we meet and greet, we take our time. We want to see how people are doing. We want to see how the other things that are going on. Make it so we have something under control. We can develop anything that has not been brought to our attention, or even if we haven't, gone something much more further than usual. Going from top to bottom to the top, at least. But as long as we can really do some according to plan, we are keeping something more exciting. Just to really express the feelings and also keep doing what we're doing otherwise. So, that's all there is to it. That's the stuff we can do anytime we're here. With our 631 mods, and you guys, that's the followers with us on the channel. Also, guys, anytime we manage to find people and socialize with people, do what we can, one another, and socialize together, and do something that makes us feel happy, makes us feel good. Just to really have something to surround and also provide. And while loves Unica, make a love shout out. How are you today? Happy belated Sunday to you guys also in the chat. Like I said, guys, and I repeat, we're at 631 mods here today, so we're already starting September, and my true love and I are going to be leaving for Lancaster in 2 weeks, and 2 weeks exactly from tomorrow, so we don't have to get ourselves dragged into the dirt or get something to, kind of like massaging your shoes and whatnot, or whatever something we love and, do, or not doing something that's more unfortunate. But all we have to do, guys, anytime we manage to socialize people, meet important people to us, doing something that makes us feel, important. All we have to do, guys, is follow Sarah, take your time, collect your thoughts. If you're looking to do any directing, like Steven Spielberg or Tim Burton, a lot of those legendary figures, they know how to rock and roll. They make millions and millions of dollars between movies or anything, the Saints Chorus, or, just to really summarize the budgeting and adding a movie towards our collection on Blu-ray, on VHS. I do know movies do not do VHS anymore, as far as I know, ever since the early 2000s to high 1990s in perspective. So, I never owned any of the VHSs after a long time, but I honestly think DVDs and also Blu-ray are the best thing to go. I haven't bought any new movies recently. Not the tip of my tongue as much, but it's usually some we can actually watch. Whatever is on Spectrum or whatever we can buy from a store. But alright, guys, all we have to do is follow Sarah on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Now, you guys remember how long I've been on YouTube? The magic number is 9. So I've been on YouTube for 9 years, Twitter, X, and Facebook for 7, and like I said, my stuff's been really good. Even though I may be losing followers to followers all the time, it's not the end of the world, guys. YouTube does not exactly provide an ending. As long as we know what we're doing, we want to keep our eyes open, keep our hands on deck, and, just take our time. That's always something to really consider. We want to see what we can do. How we can make our channel better, at least. Just keep something, guys, like keeping on tabs for a while. And it's not about how we do it. You do it because you're driven. And I'm just hoping when a lot of people do, that we're there to see it. That's all we can handle, guys. I don't think this game has a map, as far as I know. or it would have been shown in the upper right or at the bottom corner of your screen. So, no worries. But yeah, guys, I repeat, I've been actually on YouTube for 9 years, mainly 9 years on social media. I guess, guys, Twitter, X, and Facebook for 7, and my true love and I, the one I call, guys. One of my 4 priorities with a lot of you guys in the chat here today, and don't have some sort of facade or, dressing yourself as a main villain on DC or exactly Marvel in hand. But yeah, guys, my Musketeer and I still call her my sexiest, beautiful final queen. We've actually been together for 8 years now. Now, Amazon is probably going to be... No, if I actually do want to... I still want to do a special moment by February of our night decide next year. And we're probably going to dump much more. We can get to that at a certain point, at a certain time. That is all anything below sea level or looking to, take our time on it. But we are going to be hitting 9 years very soon. I mean, very shortly. But I did lose my true love one time, guys. So I lost her once, and losing her ass twice. Because, I'm a gold standard keeper. I'm more of a handsome, since I'm going to be 33 next year. So that really does count as something. Let's keep everything else informed, important, and not to test your guilt. That's the main thing. But yeah, over 8 years and counting for our future. That's why my 4 priorities are still going to be, going on for me. If I'm not busy. So remember, guys, my 4 priorities is baseball, chat, which is you guys most importantly. I mean, D by example. Also, guys, Chief, WoW, my future fiancé, and our families. That's all there is to it. But yeah. Now I understand I haven't found my Musketeer many roses recently. Not since Mother's Day of last year. I mean, I'm trying to work something out by the time I get Final Fantasy Tactics Evil's Chronicles in a couple weeks too. So the only 3 things, that not really drag out of it. Of course, any distraction, guys. At least for sure. We're looking at. So guys, we're looking at. Let me think for a minute. Evil's Chronicles on the 30th. For the console. So that's number 1. Number 2. You've got a year membership of PS Plus. I think I'll still probably do. I think I'll probably still extend it for a good amount of time. I mean, I'm thinking about doing it and leaning towards. My guess is before bowling starts. With that and Amazon, but it all depends. I mean, I'm gonna have a good amount of time. I don't want to just have to have a note to provide or have any acceptance at this certain point at a certain time. But I've got some time on its hands. We gotta work together, but not exactly feel like we're doing alone all the time. But we'll see. Alright, guys. That's going to be the end of our social media. We're going to jump into Steam and talk about baseball. It's one of my 4 priorities in the next 2 minutes. 1 to 2 minutes, actually. But I do want to have a tip to dip on what do you call it, guys? A tip to dip on a side on it. Like I said, if I'm still expecting, hopefully Kingdom Hearts 4 can release next year. I mean, you guys remember what I mentioned earlier. I still think just to be open and honest, or, just to really provide, as I mentioned, guys, at the start of this morning, I feel like if Square Enix is doing a good job by progressing not just one game, but exactly 2 games at the same time. That's pretty much good and thoughtful right there. I mean, just to have a lot of acceptance, having your tools and your directing going on. The only man in Tug, the only man that can make some good stuff happen, I repeat, fellas, is Tetsuya Nomura. He's been doing a good job on any Final Fantasy or any RPG project that we can really look at, develop, and also accept, most likely, in the order. So, I still think, in the next 2 weeks, guys, 2 weeks from tomorrow, I still think Square Enix can really give us a heads up, see how both games are doing. It's not like it's gonna be the damn same or anything, but I feel like if Square Enix can really, I mean, get something out of the box, I think we'll probably, I mean, I can assure you guys we'll have, a major update between both of these games. I mean, I'm only gonna be turning towards Kingdom Hearts 4. Let's see what that winds up being. It's just, I don't want to have to really say that game's gonna be, I mean, people are considering, I mean, one person on the comments section, on the social media, is saying that, I mean, actually did state that Kingdom Hearts 4 is probably gonna be garbage, but I wouldn't go that far. Tetsuya and Nomura guys did not say that. But yeah, I still think Kingdom Hearts 4 is still going to be on track for next year. I mean, I would assume they still release it by then, but we got to get another trailer from them. From them as much as we can, or we're not going to really know what's going on with that and the last part of Final Fantasy VII. I mean, Square Enix has not reached out any other RPG on this level, or on this case. But we'll see what happens. You just have to be really, really patient for the time being. Alright guys, now we get to the favorite thing. So guys, let's jump in to SteamPower.com. So guys, since we're actually into its desserts, or something much more to, feel occupying, not feeling bored. What if you're king, guys, and you're luckiest man? We're gonna play some interesting games, interesting names and whatnot. Just to have something as a first place winner ahead of it. So guys, so let's jump right into this. If you have to voice your opinion on the game, or whatever sounds interesting, or vulnerable. So guys, head over to the Steam store. Head over to the Steam store. I'm just gonna make it a short term, guys. Make a game account, make your purchases, and buy something. If you guys are buying an old game, if you guys are buying a new game, if you guys are getting bucks for Rocket League or Fortnite, remember guys, head over to the Steam store today. Get your receipt, buy a game, get something special. And I repeat guys, head over to the Steam store, make a game account, actually make a nickname for your account, do something that makes you collect your thoughts, and buy something. If you guys are buying an old game, buying a new game, if you guys are getting bucks for Rocket League or Fortnite, you guys can buy any of the two to start your very beginning, and do something that makes you, find that game as a fun experience. Or do something that makes you feel you want to play this game, you want to buy that game. Instead of buying one thing at a time. That's all there is to it. Yeah guys, you're welcome to, you get bucks for Rocket League or Fortnite at any time. And yes guys, with no extra cost. Maybe you guys are buying the games on sale here today. That makes you want to tech, makes you want to, feel something that flex your muscles, or looking to really buy something colorful. You guys can buy some discounts on some styling games, fellas. So for example, you guys can buy games like Wandering Sword for nearly $20, and I haven't recently checked out any review called Wandering Sword under Steam, Also, guys, on PS5 and also on the Xbox console and whatnot. But the game itself, guys, it's like $19.99, a little more than 20 bucks at least. You guys can also go after Car Street for a little over 9. But the good thing is the game is exactly what it is. But I mean, despite the fact it's pretty much different from NASCAR. For example, guys, from NASCAR, for example, Need for Speed, and also just any other racing game. Not exactly including Sonic, but I do know the new Sonic races will be releasing next year, along with the new Lego Batman. Because I'm always on just a tiny bit interest on Batman for the time being. You guys can go after a game called Immortals Phoenix Rising. Now here's the thing about Phoenix Rising. I've heard that game was alright in perspective. I mean, I don't think it's a hateful game in hand. I still think the game is okay. I mean, that's just my opinion. And you guys can buy the entire Kingdom Wars. Now, what I mean about Kingdom Wars, you guys can buy, unfortunately, the entire franchise. If you're looking to waste almost $40 for it, that's pretty much your main course right there. That's pretty much something you guys can buy entirely. I'm not going to buy the entire thing. So, not for me. But you guys can also check out the Promise of Sale from Focus Entertainment. So, I'm actually not going to jump into a lot of this. But not too many, fellas. Now, one thing I will say about Immortal Phoenix Rising is I thought it's a fine game. I know the game is not for free on other consoles or, not exactly on Steam in hand. But all I'm gonna say is, guys, I've heard Phoenix Rising, it's not bad of a game. I believe it's on a 7 out of 10 for IGN specifically, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not positive at that point, but I do know Immortals Phoenix Rising is a bit of a fortunate game, not compared to the other RPGs. I mean, the fact that Final Fantasy is much better than what Immortals can really prove and also provide. We just never know. But yeah, guys, if you're looking to pre-order any games here today, or like going to GameStop, I haven't decided when I'm going back to GameStop yet. I mean, if I'm willing to and want to, it's probably going to be, I don't know if it's going to be sometime at the near future, but I do want to get back to, get my ass to buying pre-ordering games again after the last 2 years. So I want to try to, do some for existence, do some to flex a bit of my vulnerability. I mean, I'm not asking for too much if I'm going to persuade and also have some to, answer to a question on it. Always having a good grade on it. But if you guys are looking, and maybe looking to pursue, and also complete any transaction. Now, if you guys today want to pre-order Borderlands 4, you guys heard me right. Borderlands 4 is releasing later on this week. And I am expecting, here's the thing, guys, I am expecting an exciting review. Because if Borderlands 4 does not get a great review at the end of the week, that game's got no chance of luck. Just to really battle Expedition 33 to rock and roll with. And yes, guys, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Now, you guys fortunately recall the new Donkey Kong is really, really good. Coming out of the Switch 2 this year. Now, I don't think Donkey Kong is going to be, having anything else bad or lackluster. It's just that I haven't played Donkey Kong in years. I mean, despite the fact the Switch 2 has been having some excellent gameplay for Donkey Kong. That's all that matters. And the thing about Expedition 33, as far as I'm concerned, Expedition 33, guys, I feel that game's really fun. But I know Borderlands 4 can really improve with that too. If we're looking at the big guns that could be taking home this year for the Game Awards on December 13th, fellas, you guys heard me right. The Game Awards did actually announce that the Game Awards it's going to be premiering on December 13th. You know, it happens every, I repeat, fellas, it happens every end of the year, every last month to really handle and get to. But like I said, in a decent time, I still think Borderlands 4's got a bit more of a chance. But I'm not saying that the one game's gonna really push aside. I mean, I believe those are the 3 out of 6 games right there. But I'm not 100% sure what other games is gonna be up for Game of the Year, at least by then. I mean, maybe you can still drag Assassin's Creed Shadows and Delta Snake Eater. Well, I actually did hear something about Metal Gear, Delta Snake Eater, guys. So I actually heard that Delta Snake Eater has surpassed 1 million units in over 24 hours. It actually did. It actually did something interesting at that time period, at the time being. And yeah, I don't know if Delta Snake Eater is... I mean, Metal Gear has not won Game of the Year as a small, or pretty much a big difference. Just to really flex and also, you know, sit on some furniture on. But yeah, guys, Delta Snake Eater, if you want to jump into that game, I mean, Delta Snake Eater could maybe be in it, but unfortunately, I don't see it winning. I've got 2 options. I can see either Delta Snake Eater not winning, or not to plus anything else. But I still think Borderlands 4, in my opinion, to still win Game of the Year. But I'm not 100% sure, as I mentioned, fellas, if how much is going to factor both 33 of Expedition and the new Donkey Kong Bonanza. Both of these 3 games, in my opinion, are going to be very, very close to voting, as far as I know. But I just don't want to have anything else that would really be a threat or have some sort of self-destruction. Or just to really see that game is going to win or the other one's going to be a threat. I feel like, one of these 3 games, guys, for example, could be a threat at the Game Awards on December 13th, guys. It could be. It just really depends how much they can take it. Also, guys, another game you guys can pre-order, which is a game I still want to buy soon. And that is, you guys can go after Final Fantasy Tactics Evilus Chronicles. You guys can bet your ass I'm still buying that game 4 days after we get back from Lancaster from Hark. You guys can bet I am, because here's the thing, guys, you guys remember what I said before. I beat Final Fantasy Tactics, and I also beat War of the Lions like there's no leap on a dog, or having to battle a lot of beef, have a lot of exploration, and a lot of boss battles, do some with espers and whatnot. Oh, my true love, make love shout out, honey. How you doing? We're one Friday night. I'm gonna rewrite my speech to self-advocacy, become president. At least you're not having any backlash, honey. I don't think I still have the first copy in the back. I don't believe I do. Trust me, if I had to really give an answer, probably not. But like I said, guys, now Evilus Chronicles is a game I cannot pass. Like, I'm still getting it. Even my ass is buying it very soon. You know, today's only the 7th, guys, so... I don't think it's gonna be have something to possibly or not forget. I mean, at the, at the structure or anything in the entire time. Guys, just to really space around and also see what we can figure out, and also line up guys as the first place winner at this point in time. But I'm still buying Eva's Chronicles, guys. A Final Fantasy Tactics for sure. No, I don't think I'm not certain if Evil is gonna be a bad game, but I will say Eva's Chronicles still get a good review at the end of this month. I'm saying it might. It's not like it's gonna be terrible. It's just not. It actually took years and years for Square Enix to really, have something to reboot and also remake a tactics game like Final Fantasy. But the good thing about that, guys, is, the good thing about this is, since we actually are hyping a little bit for Evil's Chronicles, that game is still releasing, and also set in stone, and being targeted on the 30th by then, so I think it'll get a good review, in my opinion. But I'm still buying the damn thing, like it or not. It'll be 4 days after Lancaster. After we get back, so. But I, for one, am not skipping on that game either. Absolutely not. But yeah, guys, if you guys are into RPGs like Final Fantasy, Assassin's Creed, God of War, The Last of Us, Elden Ring. Now, I don't think the second DLC of Elden Ring is going to be dragged to DLTY, equals Game of the Year. I do know, guys, the first DLC for Elden Ring, The Curse of the Elk Tree, almost had a threat, and almost had an opportunity to win, but, I believe it got 10, like 15 or 20% of the vote. And that was when Baldur's Gate 3 won. So, yeah, I don't see why not. But I've always been a hardcore human being, guys. Because I will be turning 33 next year for RPGs. And in a decent time. RPGs have been one of my best priorities. With baseball behind it. It's one of my 4 priorities going forward. That's to really develop some expectations and also having something to, do and have a lot of providing. I don't think I'm going to park anything if Borderlands 4 does not win at the end of this year. I'm hoping it does. You see, by the time the Game Awards unveiled the nominations and also other categories, I don't think it'll be until before the end of the 11th month of November. That's my guess. I don't think it's gonna be, there is no last place. It's all about being first place and also being on top. That's the main thing. I think your game was the best, then the others, in your opinion. And not to have any devastation or have something to, get to, and also have something to bring to the table. But yeah, RPGs are my biggest factor since I was a kid. I don't have any lack of discipline. I'm not gonna be having them sort of stress at fault or anything. But I just feel like if Borderlands 4, I repeat guys, if Borderlands 4 does not have a secret coming out, then I don't think it's going to be missing out. I still think that game is still going to be winning. I still think it is. In a decent time, I still think it will. Expedition 33's got a good chance. Donkey Kong Bonanza. No, here's the thing, guys. Donkey Kong's got a boundary, faithful chance for sure. But I'm not saying no between that and Donkey Kong. Well, guys, speaking of RPGs, if you guys are into sports games like baseball, racing, tennis, golf, football, basketball, if you guys are playing the new NBA 2K26, I'm not sure who's on the cover, but check it out if you get a chance. I don't get into basketball as much. I provide, and also looking to turn on the Friars or turn on the Zeus's. But or to have a lot of energy. You guys can buy any sports games you want, when you want, anytime you want. That way you guys can have your own game plans to win, instead of losing all the time. And if you're not going to be a manager, you guys can dump a lot of that, you know, just to, not to be bored or act like you're crazy. You guys can buy any sports games you want. If they're on sale, or maybe not costing that much for you. You know, just to be hands on deck, and, you know, just to try to, you know, restructure your options and see what games that are out there. That's all there is, trust me. You guys can buy any sports games that are enjoyable and take care of a lot of winning. You guys can buy any sports games with no extra cost. So, now let me give you guys an update how I'm doing on baseball this week. I just got done doing Game 10 of my 1941 Dodgers season, and oh boy, guys, what a blowout game it was yesterday. I actually finished off my 4-5 record at my 41 Dodgers season yesterday, and I messaged his brother Beatles about that under one of his posts, and he actually now my brother Beatles Eternal was actually live streamed. He actually did. My brother Beatles did live stream last night, if we look at it. So he's actually still doing his entire thing, and he's doing a collab. He's just got done doing a collaboration, as far as I can tell you. Now, no, I did tell him. Let me get this message under his description. But yeah, guys. So me and Beatles actually won. Actually, me and my 4-5 record, I actually did win 12-1. So the game itself was a blowout. It belonged to me, my 41 Dodgers season, and my WL. So final score, guys. Me and Beatles and my 4-5 record 12, and the Fighting Phillies that my win-loss record and my 41 Dodgers season that I had to tackle, along with my brother Beatles as well. Fighting Phillies won. So now, guys, I am now 5-5 for the time being. Is that about how you win? Is that about how you lose? Win, lose, doesn't matter. But I actually care about winning. So after 10 games, guys, I completed the first 10. I am now 5-5, and also, guys, my 41 Dodgers season was just excellent. But yeah, I haven't played any other baseball games without question. It's just that, you know, baseball is life. I enjoy a little more and a little more baseball, besides playing football, besides playing soccer or hockey. Hockey, whatever I can, you know, dispatch. So look, we're gonna have some free time on it. I mean, that's usually exactly what it is. You know, I enjoy whatever I can do with baseball. I mean, baseball has been one of my best things. One of my current things I can do. You guys can bet I do. It's just, I don't waste any time. I just take my time on a game. And yeah. Yeah, I just told my brother Beatles under one of his posts yesterday. And at the end of the night, so. But yeah, that's exactly how I'm doing. I also did do my comments after the 5th win myself, guys, in my 41 Dodgers season. And with my brother Beatles as well. So I told him how that really came about. So it was actually a blowout. A blowout in hand. Alright, guys, speaking of other stuff, you guys can also check out my brother Beatles Eternal. He enjoys playing, now my brother Beatles, guys, as I mentioned already. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. So speaking of my brother Beatles, guys, you guys can check him out. He enjoys playing, Now, my brother Beetle's Eternal, guys, as I mentioned already. He enjoys playing Pocket Pen Run. My brother Beetles also enjoys playing Diamond Mine Baseball, for example, as a loving baseball project. You guys can also check him out by playing the one-on-one duel with Paul Fay, a Pocket Pen Run. You guys get time, and also we're gonna buy some time to watch it. And you guys can also check out my brother Beatles, as he calls me one of his family members, like always. Brother Beatles does also enjoy playing Apple Baseball, and doesn't have something much more familiar. It's about having fun. I mean, I have fun whatever baseball game I play. It's always been one of my suitable things that I'm not exactly busy with. But it's all about calling your own shots, do your own game plans and whatnot. That's all you can do. I haven't seen my brother Leon Kennedy. I'm not sure where his butt is at, but it's only been like a month and a half or so since. Leon Kennedy has not showed his face on my live streams or anything. I mean, honestly guys, it just takes time. Just really wants to have something to handle and, see what's been going on with life, with work, and also anything else to really bring to the table. But yeah. But alright guys, that's going to be the end of Steam for today. I got my 5th win under me and Beatles in my 41 Dodgers season. To finish off last night. So yeah, you guys should check it out. But don't forget to check out my brother Beatles Eternal, guys. He enjoys playing Desert Diamond, Baseball, Pocket Pen Run, and Apple Baseball, for example. So look up Beatles Eternally, guys, on YouTube. And don't forget to check me out either. My stuff's been really good. I'm always have and always will, guys. I'm your guys' king. And I'm like I said, guys, I'm the king and I'm the luckiest man. With our popularity, entertainment, and energy. That's all that matters. That's to really have a common bond and also having the biggest element. But my name, guys, on Steam is ZachDawson93. You guys can get any pre-orders, any game sales from a company, or pretty much based on its franchises that Square Enix has been doing, and also other sports games, besides Square Enix providing them. You guys can check out other stuff that's in your position. Whatever you guys want to play, any purchases or pre-orders. Don't forget to make an in-gaming account. You guys get the time. Okay guys, my name on Steam is ZachDawson93 on Steam. You guys can buy pre-orders and in-store purchases. Now remember one thing, guys. Remember guys, the most important thing, the most important rule of the treasure is love, support, and respect is the key to ultimate creative. And yes guys, knowledge is power. As we finally open the entrance, guys, we are now at Welcome to Krat. Krat, guys, is also spelled K-R-A-T. Krat or cat, or I don't think crab sounds different. We guys have some to prepare. But yeah, guys, knowledge is power. So my numbers have been climbing up a little bit. And welcome, guys, to Krat, Central Station Plaza. We do not have any much healing items, but it's got done having a bit of healing in between. So guys, we're going to be repairing the Stargazer. And that's also been activated. Now here's the thing about Stargazer, guys. It does state the following. We can use the Stargazer for fully recovering hit points, guys, and stamina, as well as creating your pulse cells. You will be revived at this point in case of death. Now remember one thing, fellas. This process also revives enemies a certain amount and not exhausts your character. So that's a good fact. I mean, we're actually keywording on that one too.
It's called a stargazer.
So we're actually using
A
a bit of
marvelous
this for a
device the
second.
stalkers
So I
used
will
in the
not tell you
past.
guys my numbers right now, but they're trying to claim more. They're trying to, I mean, my size is trying to get a little bit high, but don't mess with followers at this point in
As we
time.
are,
But I'm taking
we
my
are not
time.
strong enough
But
to
I
beat
still
the
want my
puppets.
numbers and my stuff to
But
be
if
increased
I
on the
lend my
channel.
power to this stargazer for
If you guys can help my ass, what I can do on the channel, I can help you guys as much as you can. Whatever you guys can really, have its own card, have its own stuff to increase and also absorb and whatnot. Yeah. Well guys, I think we're probably gonna level up here. So here's the thing about leveling up. This next one, guys, is called Use Held Ergo. We can use the L3 add Ergo, guys, when spending Ergo to level up or to make a purchase. Held Ergo, guys, can also be used. Only the Held Ergo, guys, is pronounced E-R-G-O, and the bag. That can be used. While the Held Ergo and swords cannot. So you see guys, what we're actually spending is pretty much whatever we can get to. So you guys can look at my character status. You guys have weapon attack abilities, there's an arm attack, defense damage reduction, rate / resistance, physical, and also big stuff too. So what I'm going to do, since this game is like a Souls-like game, I'm probably going to be doing, I think I'm probably going to do motivity. So I'm going to do motivity, and then I'm going to go ahead and do vitality on this one. Okay, there we go. But like I said, this game is kind of like Elden Ring, but pretty much differently. If you guys look at it. So that's why they call it Ergo. So our vitality, guys, is up a bit, and then our attack is, a little bit higher than expected. And then, guys, we have storage. I don't think we want to place anything yet, but our attacks will be a bit higher. That we can stretch her and also, bring some in the balance. But yeah, guys, the best thing to do, to get my numbers on the channel more, we want to keep ourselves, positive and keep everything on course. Like that, I actually am getting sick and tired of my followers dropping and dropping all the time. That's why it took a lot of boosting just to, take something back to reality. We're trying to slowly get back to reality, but just to have a stranger fescue and see what we can, do better on, and just try to get my stats back up there. Once you guys understand, every single YouTube channel has had that, and mine has had the same thing as you guys are. We never know. Alright guys, speaking of other stuff, the best thing to do to get my numbers up, and any YouTube channel you use in a decent time, you want to get your numbers up more, you want to develop much more live streams. I mean, I've heard a lot of people say, between the channel, that they want me to live stream more. I mean, not if I'm having Dayhab. Now, while I'm at Dayhab, it's my second job behind the way I do stuff at Chief most of the time, but you guys get the idea. But I try to find some time when I can, as long as I'm not feeling above damsel distress and not looking to do anything, but we'll see what happens. But the most important thing, guys, is we watch our videos in full. Guys, watch that video in full, get my numbers up when you can. If you guys can boost me, that'd be great again. But I feel like I need to maybe try to read when I get a chance. Life Reality. I mean, Life Reality can get my numbers, truly, but it just depends how much. And then you have my brother Village Food. I can help my butt the same way at the same time. You know, you talk about just wanting to, you know, do what you can between your channel most of the time, and then you can really, you know, have something to look ahead. That's all you got to do. I mean, with great power, guys, comes great responsibility. It's all we can treasure and, you know, complete some at this moment in time. That's why I want my numbers back up from you guys, and also for our community. Like, I'm just hoping we can. I mean, it's not like it's gonna be the end. It never is. But alright, guys, the most important thing, the most important rule, as long as we can do some to supply and also increase, is we watch our videos and follow. Like the video, guys. Like, so comment, and follow. Take your time. Do not get yourselves stuck or having to watch a Harry Potter character die from all 8 movies, because that would not be a positive thing. But yeah, guys, we watch our videos and follow. Like, so comment, and follow, guys. And so we have our social media, our surroundings. Yeah, guys, our YouTube account, our social media, and yes, guys, our podcast services all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, all at one time, and so much more. We're gonna jump into in-gaming news today, guys. Guys, remember, we always provide whatever we can, you know, provide at a certain point in time, but as long as we're having something to really, you know, have a lot of time to really provide, but not just to have a lot of expectations. But yeah, guys, we are always filled with popularity, entertainment, and energy. Our biggest, strongest, amazing, talented, beautiful, fantastic, strongest, beautiful power of our community. We want to do what we can for one another. You know, that's all we can really develop and also see what we can do. It's not about how much we can take it, but it's all about how much we can, you know, find. You know, find and also have something that we enjoy and also we can, you know, jump into. But alright, guys, let's see what we can do. We're gonna begin with in-gaming news today, guys. Today, guys, it is September 7th. Excuse me, guys. Today's date, guys, is September 7th, 2025. And you guys remember, as I mentioned in the past, we don't get a lot of in-gaming news all the time on the weekend ones. But we do begin with in-gaming news, guys, with your king and your luckiest man. So we begin with Deadpool. So this could be punishable, guys, by law. Actor Ryan Reynolds finally comes clean on the 2014 Deadpool footage leak. I'm grateful that I did the wrong thing in that moment. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this, guys. So Ryan Reynolds said, now here's the thing, guys. You know, Ryan Reynolds did actually accept his you know, apologies, I think. I mean, the first Deadpool was funny. But I told my Musketeer, and I'm also in line with you guys too, I have not seen Deadpool 2. But Deadpool Wolverine is really good. I haven't heard any other whereabouts of how next Deadpool movie is gonna be. But I do know I still want to tackle, you know, just to have enough possibilities to, you know, still get into Avengers Doomsday by next year. I mean, by the end of next year. At least for sure. I mean, it's not like it's gonna be, you know, having a coin to toss someone, or looking to see what we can, you know, combine, or have something to see what we've got left in hand. So it just really depends. Hold on, guys, let me jump into this for a minute. Actually, I'm not going to read any of this. But he actually did see, the Ryan Reynolds did actually see a little bit of stuff during, by the time he was actually on set of the first Deadpool. And, you know, what you guys recall, back in 2016, Deadpool recently surpassed over $800 million. That was something to think about. I do know Deadpool and Wolverine has got a little more of its, doubling its benefits and also having a stronger crowd, between the fans loving what they see and adding that the favorites in their collection. And as a matter of fact, they do. But the fact is, if we're looking at something that's more interesting, more exciting, if you're watching Deadpool, even if you're watching anything with Avengers on it, it's like, it's a dream come true. It's where dream come true comes to reality. It's where reality becomes to real life. It's pretty much the same thing. But, I'm not going to get to any more of that, as far as I know. But I will give you guys top stories. Now, top stories today, guys. Pro Wrestling Unlimited, guys. Pro Wrestling Unlimited, aka Timmy Buddy, did actually unveil, based on the Fighting franchise, guys. The Street Fighter live action movie does have the actors ready, voicing their own cast. So in top stories today, guys, Street Fighter live action movie has got the full cast and the release date that's been revealed, and guess, guys, the distributor. So here's the thing, guys. I actually got the full Street Fighter cast as a first place winner right down here. So here's the thing, guys. The only two actors that are pretty much filming and pretty much in this movie, you've got the original Tribal Chief Roman. You've got the Tribal Chief. OTC, if you want to call it that, and World Wrestling Entertainment. So you've got OTC Roman Reigns. You've got Cody Rhodes. You've got Jason Momoa behind. The last movie he was in was Fast and Furious 10, and also the third. Well, we are getting a third part of Dune. I think next year. I believe next year. You guys also have Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. He's also gonna be in it. Yeah. So for example, guys, 50 Cent's gonna be in this movie. He's gonna be playing Balrog. Jason Momoa as Blanca. Roman Reigns, guys, will be playing as Akuma. And the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, as Guile. So the first time, you guys remember the first time Street Fighter came around. Go Tiger, sweetheart. I love you too. But like I said, as far as Street Fighter goes, it was actually set in stone during the last 32 years. And it came out the year I was born, back in 93. So they had, Street Fighters like, for example, guys, Ryu, and Ken. And also, guys, mysterious Chun Li back then. Not like Chun Li from Bloodsport. But the fact is, guys, it just really depends how much work that Street Fighter's putting in together. The only actors I see in this movie, as I mentioned, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Jason Momoa, and 50 Cent, by the way. The new Street Fighter, guys, will be in theaters next year on October 16th, 2026. So, I think the movie's going to be good and fortunate. But I don't think it's going to be, bad ideas from, between the movie as a whole. Or the film as a whole. But, so I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting to see what Roman Reigns is going to look like, and also the same with Cody Rhodes. Just to really, not have a lot of flashback. All right, guys. We're gonna wrap everything up in a minute. We're looking at a tutorial called DAS, DAS8. It does state the following. We can press and hold circle by holding it. We can set duplicate setting with forward, /jump, and dodge action. If the duplicate settings are not set for dash/dodge, press 1 to use it. So yeah, like I said, I mean, if we're looking at the new Street Fighter, well, we didn't. Well, I know Street Fighter does not have a new trailer yet. By the time it releases next year, I don't think Mitsulab is going to be asking a request for, you know, Mitsulab and I's team lead for it, you know, just to try to watch it. So if I had to guess, not exactly in theory. But I do know the new Street Fighter, I do know the recent Street Fighter movie was based on some good characters with similarity. You know, guys with a lot of face time and also, you know, guys enough to provide. You know, a lot of action, some love in it, and I mean, I haven't seen the old Street Fighter, but I've heard that one was not as bad as it once was compared to that, Bloodsport, and other fighting movies, like say Enter the Dragon with the late Bruce Lee back then. And that movie was out since, I believe, you guys correct me if I'm right or wrong in the chat, I don't think Enter the Dragon was released since 1977 at the time, but I do know with the new Street Fighter on board, I think it could get a good person review. But if it does not live up to expectations, people say, I think people would be thinking, is this movie going to be interesting? Is the movie going to be great? I mean, one thing I will say is there's a possibility it will or it will not. I mean, the way I see it is I could see the movie not doing this as much as it can really conflict on. But I could see, like I said earlier, I'll say it again. Like I said, I could see the movie doing something, you know, wonderful, doing something interesting a little bit, but, yeah, like I said, I don't see why not. I mean, since they're actually doing some in hand, you know, just to really bring Roman Reigns as the original tribal chief, and also guys Cody Rhodes, for example. Oh, well, guys, let me lay it out for you. As the first place winner, the way I see it is, since Street Fighter came out for the first time since 1993, the year I was born, over the years, I could maybe see the new Street Fighter doing mediocre, maybe doing some that's not totally spot on for the fans to watch, but I want to see if it'll be not as good enough as it is. I mean, I think it'll do. I think the new Street Fighter will be decent by next year, but I don't think it reaches that much or be entirely perfect by then. I mean, I don't think it'll be as great as it is. I think it'll be a fine movie for a lot of us, you know, fans that can watch it. But it will not release till before the end of next year. So there's also other movies you can also watch. But we'll see what happens. Alright guys, that's gonna wrap everything up for today. I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning. But like I said, it all depends whatever day can work out. But real quick guys, as far as Kingdom Hearts 4 goes, I will end on this. I still think if Square Enix is still looking to advertise Tokyo Game Show by the time Mitsulab and I, you know, with our future and the others going through Hark, going into Lancaster in 2 weeks, I'm hoping Square Enix can really, you know, get something to puzzle and give the fans, what we're gonna be looking at from director Tetsuya Nomura, or else it's gonna really not backfire and not given the good news and the best results possible. I mean, anything can happen. But we don't know exactly for sure. I haven't heard anything about Dragon Quest 12 either. I mean, that should release sometime soon. Whatever Capcom wants to get up off their butts at this point. But we'll see. But yeah, guys, I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning. It's actually good to be back after just 1 week as a whole. Actually, no, not since Tuesday. Last live stream, guys, was Tuesday. But based on the schedule, I go back to... I will be returning with Great People at Sea tomorrow, around 9 to 2. So, unfortunately, guys, I will not be streaming tomorrow. So, based on the schedule, guys, I've got 9 to 2 with Great People at Sea tomorrow. And then, not 1, but 2 days of WoW, again, finally on Tuesday and Wednesday. But I'm off Thursday as well. So I'm off Thursday under a request since Matsuo and I have not 1 but 2 meetings to get to for most of us here today. Number 1, we've got the nominations for Voice of Hope, for nominations who's going to be president, vice president, compared to President. Not compared to President Trump from the White House at D.C. on the monument. But yeah, guys, President, Vice President, Treasury, and also I cannot think of any other title. But yeah, we got that meeting on Thursday to start off, and then we have our last, but our dearly beloved final trip meeting, guys, for Lancaster. That'll be starting around 7. And my only question is, am I going to be streaming on Thursday in the mornings? I mean, there's a bit of a possibility. If I want to get an opportunity to maybe do an episode of RoboCop this coming Thursday in the mornings. But by the time we leave, guys, in the next 2 weeks, I won't be streaming down at Lancaster. I'll keep you guys infoed and posted, but I will still be around, between my channel to you guys when I get the time. But yeah, guys, it's gonna be fun in the next 2 weeks. Well, we don't have to worry about that right now. But for those 2 meetings, most of us are gonna be down at Hope for a while. I'm doing that Thursday, so we'll keep that in mind. Have enough to volunteer on it. And yeah, like I said, it's going to be something to look into, and as a first place winner, it's going to be great. It'll be great just to really see what we're going to be looking at in the next 2 weeks. I already got my vacation pay provided for that, and honestly, guys, I'm not positive how many Matsuo has, but I believe she's got a good portion. I mean, I've got good enough between seat management, between the numbers accumulating. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, I feel like that's exactly where I'm at. I'm somewhere in the high teens somewhere, but let's keep something to really add, and also have a Eagles total. Alright, guys. If you guys just got done catching the series premiere of Lies of P for the first time on the weekend mornings, this game will be on the weekend mornings, at least for the good amount of time, or not a small sample. But if you guys want to catch more Lies of P on Saturday and Sunday mornings, if there's not much to really linger or have a lot of naps to provide, or have something to look ahead, make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. But remember, guys, like, so, comment, and follow. Like, so, comment, and follow. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Okay, there we go. But make sure you guys stay connected to our channel. That way we got the updates and see what kind of info we're bringing to the table. As long as we're not concentrating another damn thing to the next. We want to see what we got going on, and not exactly ride and hide as other people do, or whatever we can try to approach as king and the luckiest man. As long as we can really see what we can handle, as a whole. And guys, with our 631 mods here today, we always got to make sure that we're having good amount of fun. Anything else from time to time, as long as I'm here, and to keep everything else completed. But make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. If any of you have missed anything, and to get through today, guys, if any of you have any questions or concerns, you guys can answer them, or I can answer them in the chat if you want. But the most important thing, and the most important rule, is love, support, and respect is the key. It's the awesome and creative, and yes, guys, knowledge is power. We are at 631 mods today. The people from La Love Zamelda, mega love shout out. Thank you guys for coming by. Since we're keeping everything emotional, keeping everything in check, and anything else to provide. But yeah, our magic number, guys, on the channel. I'm at 631 mods here today, so no one else has volunteered to be a mod or wanting to, answer to be questioned and whatnot. But like I said, everything else is gonna be planned. Thursday is gonna be double stacked till little after 7 o'clock in the evening. So yeah, the one that's got my vote is my future fiance. We'll be heading 9 years after the beginning of this year. So we'll keep that in mind and keep that more positive in theory. But yeah, hold on, guys. Hold on. But yeah, guys, anytime we manage to find people, have a lot of fun, have a lot of love, have a lot of support, and make, not being less 100%, but keeping. Is it about how we do it, and how much we can take it and go further? You do it because you're driven. And I'm just hoping what a lot of us do what we do on the channel, that we're there to see it. Like I said, my stuff's been really good. Even though I relaxed, during the last 2 days from this past week, I needed that and a lot of relaxation, and I was hoping to be granted for. But yeah, guys, anytime we manage to find people and socialize with people, keep everything active, a lot of laughs and smiles. All we have to do, guys, is follow Sarah with your king and your luckiest man on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So the most important thing, guys, is to keep everything else under control, having a lot of experience, and whatever we can set in stone. But don't forget one other thing, guys, and also fellas. Do not forget to check out my brother Beatles Eternal. He's a baseball buff, the same as I am. That's all it can really matter. But no worries, guys, so keep that in hand. And I'm hoping to have my numbers go up more. I know one of you guys have told me this past week that to keep on live streaming. I mean, I could do that, but it just depends how tired I am. It just really depends exactly, but besides, I'm gonna be, like I said earlier, I'll say it again. I've got 9 to 2 with great people at sea. Most importantly, tomorrow in the morning, another 2 days of WoW through Dayhab on Tuesday and Wednesdays, which I had a Tuesday off during the last couple weeks since I told Chief Management to switch last week on that Sunday to Tuesday. So, just to buy a little more extra time and give more of a break entirely. So yeah. So tomorrow, guys, I won't have any time, sadly, for Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age. You know, after a 2 month expense after last week, which was good and fortunate. But my next stream is it's probably gonna. I'm hoping to strive and hopefully get an episode of RoboCop. It's coming Thursdays in the mornings, so that's gonna be my next thing. I'm gonna be fully open, at least by then. So yeah. So the most important thing, guys, if you guys can help my numbers, I can help you guys grant by watching something if we get the chance, and you know, just to try to provide more time and how much we can really, you know, cover it. But the most important thing, guys, is we watch our videos in full for your first place winner at bowling for 20 plus years for the first time this year. Remember, guys, like it, share, comment, and follow. Like and share the stream, and take your time. And add it to a playlist, and keep on watching and watching whatever you guys want to see what we have going on. And not to have somebody go, you know, one direction, two directions, or going straight forward. But all we have to do, guys, is we watch our videos in full, like and share the stream. Like I said, we have our social media, our YouTube accounts, and also stay in right where we're at with our popularity, guys, entertainment and energy, and everything else covered. And again, guys, we have our social media, our Twitter X, our Facebook accounts, and our podcast services all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, and always YouTube. Alright, guys, that's going to wrap everything up for this weekend. My next stream, like I said, guys, I'm hoping to maybe reach out to do RoboCop this coming Thursday in the mornings. As I said, I'm going to be staying active again tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday, as I cover my goods. But I will still be around. Like I said earlier, I'll say it again. We've got 2 meetings that my true love and I are going to be getting to for our future, and the rest of our friends, and some of the family that are going between Lancaster in the next 2 weeks. But I'll keep you guys info and posted when I get an opportunity, or have some free time, if I can try. You guys have a good rest of your weekend. Be good to one another, be kind, and love one another. So yeah, no stream tomorrow again. But I mean, I don't know when I'm gonna be dragging, and hopefully get another episode of Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age for an hour and 40 plus from Tuesday morning. So I mean, maybe next week, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll keep you guys infoed and covered. You guys have a good rest of your weekend. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. And I will see you guys in the next one.